purpose of, let's say there's a business owner while listening to this, and they're trying to think of ideas in regards to, oh man, how do I create something to give back, or what do I do? What are some things you put into mind when you create ideas of how to give back, in your standpoint, in regards to give back to your community? What are some things you do, and what are some ideas and tips you would give to those business owners in regards to how they can construct something for themselves to give back in their communities?
Well, it all starts with kind of knowing your customer, So what is your customer's needs, So when we had the basketball court, which we don't have anymore, we put it up. I'm sure we'll put it down one of these days, but the way my gym is set up, our facilities, we was half strength conditioning, half basketball court, and then we kind of outgrew the gym, so we had to put up the basketball court up and expand for more strength conditioning side of it. But you get to know your members and your clients, and if they're struggling with, and when you talk to people, you say this is the programs we offer, and if people can't afford it, then you can say, take a step back and says, okay, what can I do to help these people
Yeah,
get better, and is there anything that we can kind of put our heads together and do,
yep,
so like I said, we did classes and stuff for free. Now some when you do stuff like that, I recommend to put like a little timeline on it.
that's good.
Don't push it for too long, because people kind of fade away. Got to the point where even if it was free, people wouldn't make it. We used to have free boot camps, so first couple of weeks, like
Good.
it's up to 15 people, and then being one or two, it's free. So timeline is definitely a huge thing to put on stuff like that, so that way your time is not being wasted, and other people that just because it's free don't take advantage of it. As a business, you gotta, when you own your business, and sometimes I don't even look at my time worth at
Yes,
time, because
that's
I'm
so
doing
good, man.
so much extra. Now, when most people clock into their work, they know the hourly rate of this. If they're on salary, they know how much they're making on average. But in my
Yep.
case, in my brother's case, it's like
Time
it's
is money.
none of that. So, for example, today I went to the gym. I primed the office. I painted it. I organized it, and I did that on my day off. And then and I don't you know I don't go in there and put
You
in,
know,
no, I just painted for 3 hours, let me
right.
get paid. That's not how
You
it
get
works. So
OT.
so
That's
if
right.
you are giving back to community, make sure there's like a timeline for it. Don't like do like 3, 4, 5, 6 months
So good,
of
bro.
it. So like something short but more often, or spread it out, I would recommend. So that way people are intrigued, and they take advantage of it, and they don't get used to it and take
Yes.
it take it for granted.
That is such a good point, man. And that some people may listen to that and say, man, what, like, put a timeline on it, and like, what is, you got to understand something. RJ brings up such a good point, man. When you are, again, you're looking at this from the lens of a business owner. There's people out here listening to this that aspire to one day be a CEO and their own boss and their own entrepreneur. There's people that are right now, and they're trying to figure out, okay, how can I give back, and how do I find time? How do I make it work? Got to understand something from that thing. We're challenging on this in this page, in this channel, right? We're challenging people to grow, not only physically but also financially. But in all encompassing journey, there are things we're challenging you to expand your thinking. So in your giving back, to RJ's point, there is nothing free. Nothing is free. Even you giving out free information, free events, all these things, it costs something. Whether it's your knowledge, whether it's your time, whether it's your energy, whether it's your effort, whether it's your family time, beyond. There is a price. There is nothing free. And so in that, when you're giving back, you're doing it with a clean heart and a good conscience on what you're doing, because you wanted to do good.
Hmm.
But needs to be a timeline for that, because the longer it delays, the more expensive it becomes to you in one facet or another, whether it's more time away for you to be able to rest, or to spend time with your family, or to grow your business, or to market.
Hmm.
It could be less time to train clients, to teach clients, to coach, to whatever you're going to do. So yes, we're giving, but we're giving within parameters of not necessarily it being a detriment to our business, right? So RJ talked about boot camps. This week, I'm hosting on Tuesday. I'm hosting a free class in Tampa on how to win investing in the stock market. I'm actually doing it this Tuesday on the 22nd and next Tuesday the 29th. I'm only doing that 2 times. So if you're in Tampa Bay and you're listening to this and you want to enjoy it and you want to participate, you got 2 chances to go to catch it. It's going to be 1 hour long, and everybody in our financial community, they know how we do this thing. This thing is dynamic. We got Q&A at the end. There's information, etc. But after that hour is done, after an impactful, dynamic hour is done, oh, the computer's closing. The lights are off. The mic is off. I'm going home, right? Because that is the value I've decided to contribute to that event that I'm giving away for quote unquote free. Once it's done, it's back to business for me. And so that's a great point, RJ, that and there's nothing about being guilty that, oh man, it's it's about the money, it's about the bottom. It's no, everything has a price.
Right.
Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's other things, but everything has a price.
And to be honest, I'm not really a big fan of free things as much as I know it can help people. Not like giving out like advice and stuff like that. It's fine, but like giving people food, drinks, shelter. I'm all for that. But like I have clients that come to me. It's like, well, I want to pay for my significant other. I want to pay for my kids. I want to pay for my cousin. I want to pay for
Yes.
them to train. And from my experience, that never goes well because the person kind of takes it for granted because it's
Yes.
not them impacting their life, their paychecks and their balance.
Correct.
I've been doing this for 17, 18 years. I've seen it. So I usually like to have some kind of kick behind it if you're doing stuff like that. So like GT's point, like he's giving out 2 free webinars, which is great on his end. Obviously, wants to help people, but if you do join those webinars and if you do go, try to share it, try to tell
Yeah.
somebody, say, hey, maybe go follow GT, support his Instagram page, support his website, support his business. So that way, even though he gave me stuff for free, I'm gonna spread that word about it. So that way, even though I haven't paid for it, there's other ways I can kind of give back to help him so he can grow his side of things and help more people in return. So
Yeah.
there's always that give and take. There's got to be a good balance behind it, or it's gonna be all over the place. Which in this society, when we work, it's mostly like on that scale. It's like everybody wants to be tipped on gaining and profiting. They don't want to give nothing in return.